Hey, this is Chris for JamPlay.com, and you're watching another episode of Liepe's Licks. And in this lesson, we're going to be looking at an A Lydian backing track again, as we've done in the past two lessons. This time we're going to take a little bit more of a conventional lead approach, and we're going to incorporate some swells and some sweeps. Sweeps are another one of those things. We've dealt with sweeps in these licks before, but they're, at least for me, they're hard to fit in unless I'm really intentional about what goes around them. Because you don't just want to be playing, you know, constant sweeping arpeggios most of the time. I mean, sometimes that fits, but you want to use them in kind of an artistic way or a brief way to bracket, or I say that a lot, but to get from one place to another. We're going to start here with your second finger swelling in on the 7th fret. Again, we're in A Lydian. You almost want to make this sound like you're using an ebow or something. You don't want to hear the attacks. And then I don't pick when I go there. It's a hammer-on or a hammer-on pull-off from nowhere. Okay, that's how you're going to want that to look. Leave your volume all the way up and then reposition yourself for this next little part. What we're going to be doing here is descending the first part of an F-sharp minor arpeggio. And like you saw in the last lick, we used an F-sharp minor pentatonic scale. So F-sharp minor does work over A Lydian. It's a cool sound. Then we're only going to do the first, or the top half of that. Then we're going to take our first finger and slide and play an E major arpeggio. I left out one note though. We're going to sweep all the way down. So and here we're tapping that sharp 4 again in that Lydian sound. End on the 12th fret here, and then you can articulate really however you want to around that area. But what I'm doing here, as with most sweeps I try to play, is I start with an idea, I go to the sweeps, and then I go to, you know, go back into something melodic. So you're surrounding the sweeps with things, and you're traveling somewhere. You know, my target notes here, I'm going. I'm intentionally kind of separating those two, but I'm in the scale, I'm doing something slightly different, I'm entering my sweeps. So it takes me from that same note to an octave higher. So you're connecting them by notes, sort of, and then articulating the melody up here, however you'd like. Play it a few more times slow for you. So, a couple things with sweeps, if you haven't played a lot of them. This particular sweep line it's not really that important that you're keeping a constant tempo while you're sweeping, although it sounds weird if you rush the sweeps, which we have a tendency to do when we sweep. So you don't want to play this. You don't want to play the sweep too fast, otherwise it just sounds messy. Even though you're playing the sweep as kind of a passing idea, you want to make sure you really have the tempo of the track in your head while you're doing it. Da 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 da. That's what I'm thinking in my head as I'm playing this line to the track. And then also, you want to make sure that you're really targeting those notes at the start and at the end of your sweep. That may seem obvious. Usually those are the ones that stand out the best anyway. We fudge the sweep and then play the first and the last note. But as you're focusing on maintaining time and getting those interior notes, you want to be intentional about those last two notes singing while you're doing this line. That's what makes lines like this work. So thanks for watching another episode of Liepe's Licks. We'll see you for another one.